Yo, this is A.P King, and today we're going to talk about should you run pimp game on your girl. I got my brother AP on here. I'm going to play a song on this end, and we're going to get it cracking. They can't hear, they can hear the song on your only on me on this side. Okay, let me look at this other side now.
If it had not been for the Lord, I wouldn't have had not a damn another. Nobody say that now nothing like you say that now nothing. Not a damn another bitch. I still don't know what that shit means, but it sounds good.
Don't need no alarm clock to get me up. Opportunity serves me as a pick-me-up. You niggas is kids, but ain't no sippy cups. You eating on a plate of excuses and you can't sit with us. Round table discussions, they ain't for square ears. Articulate simps not supposed to be here. Let's be clear, not trying to be rude, but that scarcity mindset put me in bad moods. Ooh, somebody raise you as a peon, but you can get like your boy, might take an eon. Ha. That was clever, let me count this cheddar. I got customers calling and they can't get much better. Converter money, yeah. No need to assume, it's just converter money. Catch a dollar, make it play. Used to call and get converter money. Yeah. No need to assume, it's just converter money. Catch a dollar, make it play. Used to call and get converter money.
You don't know what that shit means, but it sounds good about it. Oh.
Yo, AP, can you hear me on this side? I gotta go back and forth. What up, Trav? What up, Christian? What up, Jonathan? Let me go to this other side.
For sure. I hear you, bro.
Okay, now, all right.
What's good, player?
What's good? Let me pull up the other this. Let me pull up yours on my phone, and then I got this one.
That was me. All right, we should be good over here on my side.
What did you do last time?
I think we good. I think that was my phone that made that happen.
Oh, your phone? Oh, okay. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, chat?
What's good to everybody that's in already? What's popping?
What's going in the chat?
Hey, this gonna be a little dope conversation, man.
Yeah, it is, because I got a different vibe right now. I can't explain it. I don't know. We just gonna have to see. I got a little. You caught me right. You caught me right when I'm having a vibe. So we gonna see. We gonna see what happens. You caught me right in the middle of the vibe. So we gonna go.
I got me a couple of yaks, so that always comes in the stomach.
All good. So yeah, you kick it off. You pick this. You pick this topic. So you kick this one off.
All right, hold on.
All right. Hi, I accidentally clicked on this live stream. Well, you're here now, so you might as well stay.
Exactly. You're gonna enjoy this conversation. You see the title.
All right. Give RA a fire signs in the chat. She just happened to stumble on, and now she here. So put a fire sign so she know that she got to stay here to be here.
And let's do this, right? Let's cam up on these people, and then let's get this conversation cracked.
All right, bro. I wasn't ready, but all right, let's go.
All right. Well, until then, I'm gonna say,
here, let's do it. Come on.
You ready? Let's go then.
We doing quarantine stuff. Now, let's do it.
All right, dig it. I know you title yours slightly different, but on my side.
Oh, you cammed up on my end.
I forgot I got to keep switching over, bro.
Oh, yeah. And just in case y'all don't know, we're live on both channels. All right. So AP's live on this channel right here. I got to make sure that on this side I can tell the difference because the background. And then A.P Kingdom is live on his right here. All right, there we go.
We good, and it sound good. So let's jump right in, bro. We title it different, but the point is the same. I believe that there's a aspect of the pimp mentality that will aid you in every aspect of life, especially in your relationships, especially in your mindset as a man, and all this and all that. Now, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think pimping is the best occupation for a person to choose. That's a fact to me. But as far as the mindset and the mentality and some of the aspects that I've witnessed in the game, that I just believe that is almost necessary for anybody to adopt some of those mentalities. I don't know what you think about it, Afi, but why don't you give me a quick little rundown on what your thoughts when I ran the topic to you? What did you think of when I told you what I want to talk about tonight?
What did I think of when? Hold on, let me plug my shit in. What did I think of when you said you wanted to talk about pimping?
Not necessarily pimping, because that's a whole nother conversation, but just the mentality being used in modern relationships, families, so on and so forth.
I'm with the pimping, bro. I'm with the pimping. I don't gotta think about that one. But that's just period. That's just period. That's not like my book, Finesse Game, right? You know that's an acronym. It stands for finding intent. I gotta look at it. Find intent, never empower someone else's endeavors. Just mean put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? That's pimp shit though.
That's a
It's
fact.
pimping. You gotta do it when it's pimping. You gotta put yourself first.
I remember y'all asking me a question when I first met y'all, really,
What?
about why would somebody like me get married? Why would I call myself a player and get married? Things like that. These are the type of questions that used to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And because I always adopted the pimping mentality, I never felt like I could lose in any fucking thing I choose to do. Because I always was out for a goal that would benefit me. And real good pimps make sure that they benefit the people that's in their life as well.
Yeah,
So it ain't
facts.
necessarily that you won't get nothing out of dealing with me, but you're never going to take nothing from me by dealing with me. And because I know that and I got that awareness, I was never afraid of relationships. I was never afraid of business relationships or partnerships, because I'm going to make sure I'm good at the end of it any goddamn way.
Mm-hmm. Sending positive vibes. Yeah, for me, bro. I just like control, bro. That's just me.
And
I
well,
don't
go into that.
in every way. In every way, bro.
Okay, now look.
Every way possible, any way I can. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being questioned. I like living in my own bubble and doing whatever the fuck I want at all times.
I respect that.
And that's what a pimp do. See, a pimp do what he want at all times. See how it works?
Hey, in doing that, what's a good question I can answer? Because I want to ask you in a way that people can understand it, other than me and you. If I was a man who did not understand what you mean by control, who feels like he needs to compromise and feels like it need to be some give and take in a relationship, are you able to compromise, have a little give and take, and still be in control at the same time?
Yeah, you got to compromise. You got to give to get. I mean, even if you want some gorilla pimping, you're gonna get less if you do it like that. So you got to give a little bit, but
Sure.
you know, you got to give a little bit.
That I just want to make sure that we giving the game within what we saying, because somebody might hear you say I need to be in control and they don't know what that means. That mean they go home and saying, listen up, god damn it. This is how we, they don't understand that your way don't mean you come home waving a flag saying this is my country, and if you want to live here, you got to XYZ. What it is you setting up a lifestyle for yourself, and whoever is in it needs to fit in it or then you need to have enough game and enough, understanding to move them out of it. It ain't no argument, it ain't no issue, it ain't no forcing. I'm gonna create a lifestyle, and there's gonna be room for someone to fit in it. Now, if they fit there well, this can work. If they do not fit here, then I need to let them know that this ain't gonna work for us. Because this lifestyle that I'm trying to create, you don't fit it. If that makes sense.
Oh, good. I just got your text right now too. All good. For some reason, my phone be tripping, bro. It won't show me it don't show me that I got a new text message sometimes until I go off in the phone and look. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it won't notify me, but when I go in to text somebody else or do something, it'll show me then. So I just now got it right now.
Y'all hit the like buttons when y'all come in. Make sure y'all
hit the like button. Hit the like button for sure.
Hold on. RA right away said, I'm a female, but I'm trying to learn how to be more selfish and less giving and less passive. I see how being this way has not helped me benefit myself but only benefit others. All right, let me say this, and Afi can respond the way he want to respond, but let me say this when it comes to a woman. You have to learn to continue to be a giving person, but you need to get better at choosing who you give to. Because my wife is a very giving woman. But because she gave to a woman, because she gave to a man that appreciates that, she benefits a whole lot from her giving. The only reason your experiences made you feel like you were wasting your time or you gave too much and you didn't get anything out of it is because the choice of man who you decided to give to, that's where you were in error. Simple as that. That's like me. Imagine me investing into a good stock, and then it yields me a lot of money at the end of the day. And you invested with Bernie Madoff. You know what I'm saying? But now you mad because it didn't work out. So I would say you have to be a giver in order to receive. That's in all of us. Same thing with men. If we invest our time and energy into the wrong kind of woman, then we not gonna get shit out of it.
Right.
But when we invest our time and energy into a solid woman, she'll walk to the corners of the earth for us. So it's all about your choice and who you invest in. So think about that but never change who you are. Don't say I'm not gonna give and I want to become more selfish. That's not the message. The message is only give where you see some benefit, where you see only sow seeds in fertile ground, if that makes sense.
Good. Let me catch your question. Let me go over here. It says I'm a female, but I'm trying to learn how to be more selfish and less giving and less Thank you. I see how being this way has not helped me. Then, okay, it can benefit you, RA. And I want you to put your whole name in the chat, so I won't be calling you a nickname. I want to call you by your name because I'm about to give you some pure game. Okay, so take that out. Put your real name in there, all right, so I can talk to you. Let Afi talk to you. So, it can benefit you. Like he said, you got to be selective of who and what. But the first thing is you got to really know it yourself. So, RA, by the time we finish, you're going to put your name in. You have to figure out who you are. Seriously. Right? Rachel. Okay, Rachel. You have to figure out who you are. It's the same way how a woman, insert any woman. She has a guy right here who likes her, wants to take her out, but he may not have that swag like that, right? May be nice looking, but kind of nerdy, right? Then you got the guy over here that's not really into you, but he got the swag though. So you got to ask yourself what matters. Don't ask yourself what matters. Don't say it would sound good. Do you really want a good man? You might want swag. Just be honest with yourself. That's the first thing. Just like me, like I like a chill woman, right? So if you, Rachel, liked me But you're the type of woman who will go out every Friday and Saturday. I don't like that type of stuff, right? So I know what I like. I know what's like. You got to know what it is that you really want first. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that first. Don't say what's good for you. Figure out what's good for you. Don't think what's good for you is what the society says. A man who does this, you may not want a man to give you flowers. That might not be your style. You may like a man to give you Starbucks instead. Like all women ain't like that. So figure out what it is that you like, other than what you attracted to, and then you figure out. Get to know people before you give yourself. You give it time. It may take a little time, but it lasts a little longer. So that's my advice to you, Rochelle.
And I want to add one more thing to that, because when you mention time, that is important, but there's nothing wrong with giving early if you have it to give.
Giving what?
Anything. Because think about this, right? When you have an abundance of free time, it's not so hard to give somebody more attention. You got a whole lot of time on your hand. When you got an abundance of money, it's not so hard to pick up a check or a bill because you got so much abundance of money. But when you're doing stuff and
now we cooking now.
Yeah, you're doing stuff and you putting a strain on yourself, whether it be time, money, sex, whatever. Now you feel like I'm giving a lot, so you're gonna start expecting a lot. And a lot of times when you expect it don't feel like shit. You didn't even notice that you gave anything. So what's happening is you're giving too much that you don't have to give. You're not getting enough back because you're expecting too much. And that's what Afi said about time. You shouldn't expect too much in a year dealing with somebody. That's not enough time for them to owe you everything. And sometimes a lot of women, especially, they be expecting 2 months in that a man owes her every fucking thing. And just because she gave her body up, which wasn't the most important part of her to us men. Your loyalty and your attention and time and your support of us is more important to us than your vagina. So you haven't even showed us the best part of yourself yet early on. So it do take a while before you can really gauge whether or not somebody is worth giving to, or they're gonna give back. So I'm just saying he's right about giving some time to get to know things, get to know yourself, get to know them. But I also say if you got a lot to give, don't overthink it. Because my wife jumped in the game looking out for me. You get what I'm saying? But luckily we met on an even playing field. So it wasn't really, nobody was hurting. We had enough overflow to just pour into each other's life, and we never knew where it was coming from. I didn't know if it was coming out of her cup or if it was coming out of my cup. We just was kicking it,
Right.
Go ahead, G.
All right, let me see. My side giving early now. McCain says, I have no expectations, only how humans expect to move. That's what I say too. I just trust people to be themselves. That's all I do, bro. Checking in. Greetings, Janet. What up, True Savage? Trav Terrell says, sex is not what sex is not what makes a relationship. It's trust and a woman that could be a great mother. That not even that. That's not even everybody's thing though. I know plenty of cats that don't want no kids or don't care about none of that shit. But
good point.
But you right on the sex part though.
Yeah, good point. It depends on a man, because guess what? A man that don't need a good mother, that quality doesn't even affect him. Mm-hmm. He like, I don't need no mother for my kids. I don't got no goddamn kids. Or I have children that have good mothers already, and I'm not having no more kids. So just the fact that you're a good mother, that doesn't even compute to a man like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? He might literally want just a good dick sucker. That might be.
Oh, my bad, Trap. My bad. I apologize. He did say, I don't have my glasses on. He said sex is not what makes me. I thought he said that sex is not what makes people. He actually did say me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's for sure then. Like I can't even
Okay,
debate that.
yeah, exactly. You right. My bad.
Yeah, I thought he said it I thought it was in general
I
too.
thought it was too, but he exactly. So again, to each his own, brother. You right.
Here, you know what? Just whatever you get said in your chat, just read it off because I'm going back and forth and shit, trying to see both, confusing my damn self. So that I just read my side, you read your side. Keep it simple. I'm trying to do a rotate. Nah, fuck that. I want to see both. Why did I choose? I was supposed to pull it up on my phone anyway. I forgot about it.
Hold on, let me try to unpack this. K life is a journey on my side. Said this is true because when you give your body up to a man, they really do not like it, and it causes a negative effect because they value you more than your body. Every woman thinks they have the best pee. Now that's true that every woman do think that they pee is special, but let me see, is there a but? See, because that's the thing, right? A woman giving up her body to me wouldn't be that wouldn't be a negative effect unless she put too much weight on the fact that she gave her body up. If she's riding on the fact that I gave you some, I could be like, bitch, I care less. So if she's hanging on to the fact that that's what she did, that's you haven't even tickled my fancy yet, bitch. I mean, excuse my language, but you haven't even tickled my fancy yet in my mind.
This
So
is that okay.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna read the comment. So she says, "This is so true." As soon as I start reading, it disappeared. This where the hell did it go? This is so true because when you gave your body up to a man, they really do not like it, and it causes a negative effect because they value you more. I wouldn't say all men don't like that. It don't matter if you give it up; it matter how you give it up.
Do it?
That's yeah.
In what way?
In what way? What you mean?
Let's say a chick come in out the gate. She been watching you.
Yeah.
And she just let you know, like, look, I just want some. I want some of that.
Right.
Like, I don't need to know you. I don't give a fuck. You the shit. I want some.
Right.
And let's say I'm feeling that way. I'll fuck with her, right? Mm-hmm. But then because we got there, now we get to know each other over time. Now, mind you, she started and she opened the door with the pussy. But after 2 years of hanging with this chick and befriending her, we connect on all kind of levels. Is that a problem that she opened the door with the pee? That's a question to the chat. That's a question to you, Afi. Because again, every man is different. And hold on. And I want to point out the pimp mentality. I believe that a pimp's mentality in that situation, he was never tripping off the pee anyway. He's not tripping if other niggas get the pee. He ain't in competition who can fuck the broad the best. He's in competition on who the bitch gonna give to the best, who the bitch gonna, follow the best. So again, if a woman come in the door with the pee, does that disqualify her from being worth fucking with?
No. I mean, it don't, but all that, like you said, yeah, it do. I don't like all that, bro. A woman ain't gonna just tell me all that shit. I'm not following. Like I say, I like finesse, bro. A woman got to be real soft and charming when she fuck with me, bro. If she aggressive like that, it's because we didn't have the moments to where she knows it's okay. If I ain't never hit nothing, if I ain't never smashed, and the woman, I'm gonna be turned off, bro. She gonna have to really sell it to me and tell me why. And I'm dead ass serious. Like I've told stories like that on the channel. Like women be like, "Ooh, I want to fuck." No, you can't fuck, bro. Like when I bounce to parties, women be like that, and it be pissing me off, and I don't even be touching them bros. No, I'm serious. At the parties and shit, they be like, "Ooh, baby, do that." I don't be like, "Hell yeah!" I be like, "Man, don't touch me. Get the fuck off me." I don't like that shit, bro. No, I don't.
Okay, listen. Okay, I got a question. Can a woman not say it, but feel just as strongly as the woman that says it? Can a woman with finesse step to you and make you believe that she's deeper than that thought, but in actuality, her whole brain was just to fuck you?
Well, that's between her and God. I need to hear it in my ears.
What do you want to hear in your ears, bro?
This shit that I like.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
Shit,
We talking about our own opinion.
A woman, if a woman talk to you long enough, she should be able to tell what kind of approach is good for you if she game tight. If she can't figure that out, she ain't game tight, and I don't want her. You know what I'm saying? Like, if women come on strong, so say a woman came at me the way you just said, it'd be cool if I'm the one set the tone first. I gotta set the tone first. I gotta be like aggressive to her a little bit. Maybe if I don't even say it verbally, and then she just can't walk up to me and say that kind of stuff to me, bro. It's over. I'm not fucking with it, bro. I got a thing. It's one of my things. I'm not fucking with it. I don't care how she looks.
I'm asking you why. Like, tell me like some of the psychology behind that being such a turn off to you, because I'm curious.
I'm just the type of guy that I just say what I say and I mean what I mean. And a woman can't tell me what to do, bro. Especially when I don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck if she putting ass on the table or not. I'm cool, bro. She should have caught me like 10 or 15 years ago when I was counting the bodies. I don't count the bodies no more. I had too many. So it really don't matter.
You might be mistaken what I'm saying. I ain't saying she's saying give me. She's saying I want. That's a request. You know what I'm saying? It's a request. It's not a demand, because you have to respond to it. But my question is, what about that is the problem? And if you could give an example of a better way that you would like to be approached. I'm just trying to get an understanding.
Give me this is how you gotta tell me, bro. This is the way you asked me. What's the setting?
What you meant.
What's the setting?
Go ahead, bro.
What's the setting? Then I can answer you better. Okay. Because I gotta visualize it. Once I get the setting, now I'm gonna tell you. But before it's too random, I ain't got the setting.
How about this? You in the education field,
right?
This is not your school, your particular school, but you helping out elsewhere. And it's a faculty member at that other school that had to work with 3 weekends. And now each weekend she was just peeping your vibe, watching you, paying attention to you, smelling your cologne. Then on the third weekend, she know that that's the last day that you'll be at that facility, and she can't help herself. Y'all small talking, and she just said, "Fuck it, I'm shooting my shot." And her shot was that aggressive. That's the setting.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, bro. It gotta be almost like a fantasy of. It's still about me. Like it gotta be like a fantasy of mine. Like say like it's a girl in class that I like, and so it's a girl that I like in class or some shit, right? So I like her, whatever. And so maybe I'm giving her the eye or some shit like that. And it really got to be some like fantasy type, not fantasy, but like so say we in class or something, and I'm already checking for her, but I never made an approach. And then I don't know, say it's like a fire drill or some shit, and me and her get left alone together, and then she pulls some shit. Okay, I might could, because it's like exciting, like, ooh, shit, something's going on. Like it's that kind of thing. It's not a horny type of thing, though.
Listen, all these things could happen in any kind of way, and I feel like whatever vibe you in that moment might change your whole approach to it. But I know that there's men who would completely disqualify a woman because she's so in tune with what she wants sexually that a man would be like, oh, I can't be with a woman like that. She fucks everybody. But there's
I'm a very peculiar dude if you're not finding out. I'm a very peculiar dude if you ain't finding out. I'm very about a hell of little stuff. It's like,
you saying you're a peculiar dude?
Yeah. Like,
I'm finna try to answer this question. I cannot say this name though, so
it's on your side.
Yeah, come on my side for a second for this question.
Okay.
What if your side chick is screwing someone else? I met one just like that. She made it known she was so side chick, and yet she was with another man, or she was with other men at the same time. Does this side chick have to be loyal?
It depends on.
I want to answer it. Go ahead.
It depends on y'all communication and what y'all have set up. Y'all be having side chicks, and that y'all have side chicks that don't even know they side chicks. You got main chicks that's the side chicks that think they the main chicks who ain't your chick. You gotta you gotta articulate what it is you want a little bit, man. Like, you know, you don't have to like sign any commandments or anything like that, but you do have to have some type of understanding. You know, it'll be cool if your side chick is committed to you, but that shouldn't necessarily be an expectation. It's not being realistic. I mean, it is like you a player, you can get your rules and stuff like that. But I'm saying it's not something that should disappoint you.
And like you
said, it shouldn't disappoint you though.
I would say this too. No man should expect a side chick to be completely loyal. You shouldn't even expect your main chick to be completely loyal. You might desire that and want that, but the expectation of it is not a pimp's mentality. A pimp's mentality is, I don't give a fuck what you do as long as you're doing what I told you to do. Or with a side chick, now your positioning with that man might be better appreciated when he observes the fact that you're a little more loyal. When he sees that you ain't entertaining a bunch of men, now you start to maybe look better in that man's eyes, and then he has a better feeling about you. But whether you do or whether you don't, again, the pimp mentality ain't got nothing to do with your vagina, and that's kind of what I'm stressing on this topic. A woman vagina is her vagina, no matter how much niggas want to claim it. It's her fucking pussy. But when you as a man tries to control something that is not yours, you look goofy to me.
Right.
But I will say, you can still expect a woman's loyalty, and if you find out she out of pocket, you kick her to the curb. You could do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're not a sucker for not wanting a chick out here running around. I'm saying you're a sucker for assuming that you can control what a woman does with her vagina, is what I'm saying. So even whether she a side chick, your main chick, whatever, you got to have a whole nother list of standards that you expect from her other than her sex or her vagina. She got to have a whole bunch of shit she bring to the table. Because that way, if somebody did get the pee, you still accumulated a lot and dealt, you still, you didn't lose much when they run off with your broad, if that happens. That's how I feel about it.
That's facts, bro. Yeah, it shouldn't bother you. But then it's like, you still not giving up all the clues, because that all the little details, that shit kind of matters. The small nuances in situations like this, it kind of matters. Like, how did she find out how did you find out she was sleeping with? So it's like you got parts in there too. See, I'm game tight. I know how it goes. So you trying to just throw it off on her, which you did some shit. You might have did some shit out of pocket too. You might have did some shit out of pocket she wasn't really feeling. Not to say that that's why she did that, but I'm just saying, like, cats would be like, yeah, man, it's just all on the bed, man. She just out of pocket. You feel me? She just doing all. Nah, bro. Well, what about them times you was stealing their little kids' snacks and shit? She might have been pissed off at you.
What's
eating
up,
up all the women don't like when you drink all the snacks, bro. They don't like you eating all the gummies and stuff. And the Capri Suns. You gotta leave that for the kids. You gotta fuck with the other shit.
But again, man, I don't believe that women, if being honest, in my experiences, women don't need a fucking problem. You ain't gotta drink no Capri Sun. You ain't gotta eat no gummy bears. If she see another cat that she want to fuck and she not tied down to you, it's real likely she gonna go there. And if, again, if she tied down to you, when a woman wants to do something, she's going to find a reason. Her reason might be you too goddamn good. You too damn nice. You too damn perfect. I don't.
We got a question. I'm gonna put it on you. We got a question for you, AP.
All right, let's go.
Oh, we got
what
a
does
question.
AP get out of being married with his pimp mentality?
What you gonna say about that?
Simply, I get exactly what a man should get in his life: obedience, respect, love, sex, money, support. A real partner, because a lot of people have a wife and she not your partner. You can't get her to do shit with you. If I'm the type of nigga to go out there and shovel some snow, guess who finna come running behind me with a fucking shovel? You understand? So again, some men can be married and live it and be married like a square wood and get nothing out of it. But with a pimp mentality, the only reason I'll be married is if I'm getting something out of it. You feel me? It's almost like a choosing thing. Somebody say, "Oh, I want to get married." I said, "Well, what come with that?" That's what a pimp would say. But a lame would say, "I want to marry you." Big difference. I never asked nobody to marry me, just so anybody can know that. So that's something that need to be said. Wasn't no down on one knee shit, none of that shit. I had a rider, and I said, "I'm fucking with you whether we married or not." Because you a fucking rider, and you've proven that over the span of 6-7 years before we even got that tight. How many men can say that? Most men are divorced by the 6th year of meeting a chick. I didn't even get serious till then, goddamn. But I mean, it's all love, Trav. I'm just answering the question. I got a little yak. It made me talk smack.
He said, "If the P is never," you hear me?
What's that?
He said, "If the P is never yours, why get married then? What's the benefit?"
Who? Tell me what book? Tell me what God? Tell me what religion told you that because you married a broad, her P is somehow magically gonna be to you? The Virgin Mary gave her pussy up.
You want to do it? You want to do a special occasion beam up? You want to do a special occasion beam up on this one?
Hey, hold on. Joseph wasn't Jesus' daddy now.
This sound like a discussion I want to hear. I want to hear it back and forth.
Let's go. Bring him on. That's my brother. Because it's very important to know this. If any man, that's why men kill their wives.
Trav, you want to come up or no?
Because they thought they was buying the pussy. You wasn't buying the pussy. That's another human being that has their own mind, their own vagina, their own body, their own ideas, their own goals. What you do is want a woman that's going to sell into your goals. She going to be so busy working on your goals, she ain't got time to give the pussy up. But it never is your pussy. Don't get that twisted.
Tisha said the D is never yours either. I know dudes who be faithful though.
Is she right?
I know dudes that be faithful though. I know dudes that's faithful.
Guess what else you know? What? You know women that are too, right? I do. I promise you I do. My little sister one of them types. So I'm just
I hear.
But my point is that we're not talking about exceptions here. And it'll be a fool to deal with any woman assuming that she's that one that is. And same thing with a woman, assuming that that man is one of those guys. A pimp mentality, we don't give a fuck. Why do I care? When I even gonna notice the P is gone or missing is when I start noticing some shit around the house ain't right. I'm like, where the fuck is, why I ain't get my plate at 5? Like, what the fuck going on around here? Like, then I'll start maybe noticing something was gone. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Right. Another dude is hiring investigators to try to find who in the pussy. And you running the bitch off just because you all in her phone and shit.
Thanks. Oh, I got a question right here, too.
Keep a woman, you can't keep quiet. You can't keep from annoying a bitch. So some man worried about keeping a woman. You can't keep a woman because you can't leave her the fuck alone. You can't give her enough trust to let her be who she is.
I sent it to you, Trav.
I ain't hear you, bro.
No, Trav asked me for the link. I told him I just sent it to him. It was a question in here. This is a good question, AP. It says, Joe Blast. Shout out to Joe Blast too. He says, "How do you build the strength to let go of a chick when she's not in order?"
How do you build that strength to let go of a chick when she's not in order? Joe Blast,
Yeah.
you got to ask Afi because it don't require no strength for me. I do a simple math problem in my head.
You know what you mean, though, right? You can tell him.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. And that's why it's an unfair conversation to have with somebody like me because I don't need strength to leave a chick alone. All I need is, what's up, brother? All I need is simply a math problem. I do a math problem in my head, and when the shit don't add up, ball of paper up and make a little jump shot in the garbage can. It's not no issue to me. Mm-hmm. Let's go in with Trav too, unless you got another question you want to address before.
Hold on, let me see. I had a beer itch right at the marriage.
I come up on my side. Will go ahead though.
You had to do the same thing. I was getting fast money with other chicks, and my baby moms wanted me to cut them off so she can get fast money for me. That ain't pimping, right? Speak on that, AP.
Hold on, say it again.
This is from Blackstar. He says, I was getting fast money with other chicks, and my baby moms wanted me to cut them off so she can get fast money for me. That ain't pimping, right? Speak on the AP.
All right, let's be all the way honest, man. Either you can't part-time pimp. If you're gonna be a pimp, your baby mama either need to get the fuck out the way or she need to get down with what you getting down with. So if you got bread, hoes checking traps, and that's what you want to do, then that's who you are. That's what it is. There is no halfway. Now, as far as chicks just breaking bread with you, that's not pimping. You just got chicks that is willing to buy you some shit. That's a whole nother story. And I will also say, if you got a baby mama and she don't want them other chicks in your life and she don't want them doing shit for you, tell her that she should do it. Mm. But at the same time, you got to pick which life you want to live. If you're going to be a square, and when I say square, I only mean you're not a pimp or a hoe. That's the true definition of a square. If you're not pimping or you're not a hoe, you a square. That's what we are if we're not pimping or hoeing. So if you're going to be a square, then, decide what you want in your life. If you want a wife, if you want your baby mama, if you want a family, then you might have to reconsider how you move it. But if you actually do want to be a motherfucking pimp, put all 10 toes down. Don't wave. Don't fold for nobody. Let everybody who know you know what it is, and there shouldn't even be no argument. You feel me? You're just gonna get your bread. That's what it's gonna be about.
All right, I think that's it. Okay. Go ahead, Trav. What you was gonna say?
Yes, sir.
No,
my brother.
Up, real
quick. So, it's because talking in the chat and then talking in person, you get to really understand what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is. So what I'm trying to say is, like with me, right? Like being in a relationship has nothing to do with sex. The reason why I was with my ex-girlfriend was not because of sex. It was because I didn't think I was finding anyone else I could connect with on a mental level as much as her. Because I can have good sex anywhere, just like how women can think like that. But what I'm saying is that if you have a pimp's mentality, then I want to understand why you would get married just because I'm a square. Like I always say that I am a square. I'm not no damn pimp. So it makes more sense for me to want to be married if I'm not trying to have that pimp lifestyle. But if you have pimp game or you were pimping, then you know me, I ask good questions. So I have to ask, like, if you know all this and the P is never yours and all that, what is the true benefit? I will say this. When I was in my relationship, my mentality was always, if this girl cheats on me, it's no big deal because I'll just start knocking chicks down again like I was beforehand. So I didn't have that scarcity mindset because right when we broke up, I was already knocking them down again. So it didn't really faze me. I was just pissed off because for me, I want to have a family. So I was more mad because I was like, you dumbass. I was like, we could have done something and built a legacy together and you ruined because you were jealous of me. You see what I'm saying? That's where my frustration came from.
And I get your frustration, but a lot of times it's because your idea of family is different than what reality is. Like us men, normally we really be thinking it's supposed to be this little family. You know what I'm saying? We think our woman's supposed to be at the house with the kids, loyal. We gonna make some good money. We gonna bring it home. We gonna bring the Christmas tree in. We really be believing that shit. But if you remember all the little romance novels that women read, it's the pizza man come to the door and ravage the homemaking wife, or the pool man. He's out there cleaning the pool with his shirt off. This is their thought process while you bringing home the bacon, thinking that this is the life that you're supposed to be having. But a pimp's mentality, right. He the one that sent the fucking pool boy over there. He the one that sent the fucking pizza man over there in reverse. And my opinion is, a pimp's mentality, it ain't about trying to belittle women or look at women in a crazy way. It's about you first, like everybody said. Some things we just can't control in this world. That's a reality that you got to accept. And a woman's vagina is one of them. But since we can't control her vagina, what can we control? Her emotions.
Big.
If you get that bitch to love the fuck out of you, even though somebody might hit the box, she's still at your beck and call.
Big facts.
There's two kind of chicks too.
Big facts.
It's a chick that her man can call her mid dick suck, and she gonna keep sucking and talk on the phone. And then it's another nigga who call her, she gonna stop sucking, get her clothes on real fast, and run home.
Hey,
There's a third one that's a unicorn that ain't over there sucking no dick. So if you get lucky to find that one, lucky you. Or you get the one who gonna run her ass home because you called. That means her priorities are straight.
Right. Because see,
go ahead.
In my relationship, before it went bad, I had everything. You like, she could have cheated, she could have not cheated. I don't even care anymore to think about that. But I have full compliance, and that's the reason why. And she chased me down. You know what I'm saying? And even with that too, one thing you have to realize is people can be on your program for a little bit, and then they change, and then their program changes, and then they don't want to stay with you and all that. So that's something I had to realize. Now, I came from a home where my parents were older. So with that said, I think that was the difference of why their marriage worked. Because in a lot of my family, the marriages don't work, but my mom and dad stayed together. My mom actually stayed with 2 husbands until they passed away. That's very rare. And my stepdad died of terminal cancer. She stayed with him all the way till he died. I had to shake his hand a week before he passed away and say goodbye. You know what I mean? My mom is down like that. But in this day and age, you don't really find that. So with that said, I just want to get your point, because I know you got game, and I see that you have a wife. So it's interesting to me because I don't see you as a simp in your marriage, but a lot of marriages I see that have wives, they're simps. So that's why I have to ask you these questions. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on how you look at it, because I could call myself a simp because I do know that if I was single, I could get more and do more. But it's like, what do you want? And because I got so many kids, to me, having a family is a little more important. But if you're choosing to have a family, then you have to do it from a mindset of, I can control what's in my house, but I can't control my kids. I can't control what they do outside of my house. I don't care how much they love me. I don't care how much they respect me. They have their own minds, their own ideas. Your wife is the same fucking way.
That's true.
So in my house, I get all the respect. I'm the king of this motherfucker, right? But I'll be a fool to think that I can control what goes on outside. You feel me? And if somebody doesn't understand that simple basic thing, then they shouldn't get married. They're not ready emotionally for it.
That dude.
Go ahead.
Like me being in and going through different situations, like I realized that. And I'm gonna be real, like there were nights where I'd stay up at night because I would think about that. Like, bruh, that's really how it is. You can't change it. You know what I mean? And I wish it was that way, but you can't change it. To me, my simp tales is, I want a relationship from a girl that gave me head, but she wasn't clicking with me, but she clicked with me physically. So I feel like a simp because I couldn't pull her to be in a relationship. That's my type of simp tales, which really isn't really a simp tale like that. No. But the reason why is because I value family so much. If I don't value family, a woman has no control over me. Because honestly, like when I was in school, a lot of these dudes would try to call themselves P's. I had a partner who's his family's from Oak Park out here in Sacramento, and they were real P's. And he was like, you know what's funny, Trav? He's like, even though they call you the nerd, you're the most MOBP dude here out of everybody else. I was like, why do you say that? He's like, because you don't really want a woman because of her P. You want a woman because you want a family and you want a legacy. And I didn't understand that, but he understood that because he had P's in his family. And this was before I got around dudes with game. So that's the thing. If I don't want kids with a woman, she really doesn't have anything to offer me except me using her for what I need in my life.
Okay, but dig it though. Some of the biggest pimp mentality type motherfuckers I ever seen was them super rich ass white guys that be on like a soap opera. They be married, right? And their wife just go through bottles of wine all day. But the wife was only there because how she looked, and he wanted his offspring to have the best genetics or some shit.
Okay, right.
He don't be caring who fucking her, he don't give a fuck, right? But his legacy is solidified through the marriage of maybe her family was a big family to get married to. Maybe her looks and genetics was important to him. I mean, these legacy ideas that we got, do you think there ain't no corruption and cheating and bullshit within them? They just care about the legacy more. The problem is everybody been lied to about this fantasy. But if you read history, if you read any parts of history, you know, like one of the oldest sayings that I always harp on is mama's babies, daddy's maybes. So that means in the early 1900s, 1800s, women still didn't know who the fuck the daddy was. They was getting raped. They was getting ravaged on the way home from shit. You know, they was fucking off. They was cheating, fucking brothers, got kids by one brother, kids by the other brother. But when it came to family, when a man took a wife, he didn't get no fucking paternity test. He just raised them fucking kids and gave him his last name. You get what I'm saying? We got fucked up somewhere thinking that there's some kind of magical love potion or some shit. And guess what? I love the fuck out my wife. You know why? Because she makes my world in my household exactly the way I want it to be.
Right. I will say this. When I was in a relationship with my ex and it was going smooth, those were some of the best times of my life. That's why I can't say like I don't knock guys for wanting a relationship because I've been with multiple women since her, a bunch of gang of women. But that time we had together when it went good, I wasn't trying to go after no other woman. I was faithful because again, for me, P is not and sex and all that is not what I really value. I value the companionship when it's strong and making that legacy. But again, I came from a household where it actually worked. And my mom actually likes blue pill men and chooses up on that. But that's very rare. I wouldn't even call my mom a unicorn, but I would say that she's a very rare woman. Outside of her, have I really found that? No.
Let me ask you a question, and this is no disrespect to your mother.
No, it's not at all.
Do you know her whole life story? Do you know the ins and out of your parents' early on relationship?
Yeah, because see, my mom was very isolated, and then her mom was divorced in the 50s and 60s. So back then in white culture, if you were divorced,
it was shunning.
Like you were shunned.
Yeah.
And then my mom's mom had passive income. So they thought she was a streetwalker because that wasn't common. They're like, how is your mom not with a man, but still has money and all that? And then my mom is Armenian back then. Armenian.
Okay, that's a difference. That makes a difference. If she was American, we'll be having a different conversation.
Now, my mom is Armenian, and my mom's Westernized. Her mom wasn't Westernized. So the thing is Armenians went through a genocide like Jews. So they went through a lot of struggle, like kind of like how blacks did in a way. You know what I mean? And my mom was very isolated, and she would get picked on because she was Armenian. So my mom didn't really get like that because she was just very isolated. And she had relationships where they would be like not a lot of love there because some of the Armenian men are kind of weird and controlling. So that's why she liked my dad. I'm not saying my mom's a saint, but what I'm saying is my mom probably don't got a track record like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, because she came. How did they take her dealing with a black man? Because it's my understanding that Armenians don't want their seeds mixed.
Most of them don't. So here's the thing. The family that I knew of the Armenian family, because my Armenian family is very small, they loved my dad because my dad is a black man that's hella country. But again, my dad worked in tech, and tech is 1% to 2% black. My dad, we had the biggest house on the block in a white neighborhood, and that's because my dad made all the income. So they couldn't really hold against them the typical black stereotypes because they're like, okay, this is a country ass black man from Oklahoma, but he makes more money than most of the white men that are around here.
They respected him.
So they respected him. And when my grandmother passed away on her deathbed, my dad told her, I'll take care of your daughter. And she was like, I know you will. That's why I want you to marry my daughter. So there wasn't a problem with that. The racist family that didn't like my dad, we never met them. They were gone before I was born.
Okay. But look, though.
But that's very unique, my situation, though. That's not typical. Most Armenians I meet, when I tell them I'm half Armenian, they don't accept me, or they'll ask if I speak, and then I say I don't speak. Then they really don't accept me.
My daughter. So it ain't even, you think it's more worse when a Armenian woman dates outside of the race. My daughter was dating an Armenian boy, and her daddy didn't like that shit. He like, hell no. And they try to make it like every other culture is not attractive. Only Armenians are attractive and shit like that.
Yeah.
But Biggie, right? When I hear you talk sometimes, I feel like your perfectionism, you know what I'm saying? You're a perfectionist, and I think that plays a large part in your views when it comes to even a marriage or a family.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You really harp on, because like when you said you was having a chick top you off, but you had an issue because you couldn't make her feel a certain way. It's because you took that personal. You was like, what am I not doing? I'm fucking the shit out of her throat. Like,
okay.
Why she ain't moving to the next level? Some are for effing, some are for loving.
Right.
The problem is that the some are for loving don't look the way we want them to look, or they're hard to find. Period. And women got the same problem we got. Them real riders don't be perfect, or it take a lot of time to prove one out. So all I'm saying is, what you gonna do? Or again, be single. I really believe this, man. And I know I'm married, so it sounds like a contradiction, but I got a large family. It makes sense for me to have a wife and somebody to help me. Like, we do well together. But I tell my children and I tell young people, that old way of doing shit is over. So whatever life you want, it's for you to make it. You got to revolutionize relationships and marriage at this point. Women do too. Like, come up with a new thing that's gonna leave you less hurt, less frustrated, less poor, less all that. I think it's gonna get to the point where people are gonna be only having children with strangers. They're gonna have interviews and do background checks and do all kind of, and pay people like, I give you 30 racks for a baby, like shit like that. You know what I mean?
I believe that too, bro, because the thing is everyone is getting so selfish, and then with cost of living and then feminism and all that, it's breaking the traditional family mold. And it might be more frustrating for a person like me, because like my parents are old enough to be my grandparents. They were both born in the 40s. So they got that old school game, but that doesn't apply anymore. Especially if you date some of these young 20-year-olds, they are way different than even if you date like 30-year-olds, bro. There's a big disconnect between those two generations. And you see that it's only going to get worse, because the whole feminism movement, I'm mad for equal rights, but what it is women want to live like men, but they don't understand how that doesn't work out for relationships and having a family sometimes.
But this time I was thinking, I probably was thinking this today, man. Women are because this is what made me think. This had nothing to do with it, but I'm gonna try to tie it in. Women are the new hustlers. They're the new street dudes. They're the new pimps, the players, the hustlers, the ballers. You feel me?
They are.
Women, the energy that men was having in the 90s and in the early 2000s where everybody wanted to be a baller, that is now the women.
That is.
And a lot of men want to either be up under one of them women and drive a Porsche and drive a Benz truck. Men just typically don't want to do shit but live off of another woman.
Yeah.
Now, I know in the manosphere and people are starting to talk differently and trying to motivate each other to do other things and boss up. But now what happened is now we got a generation of women who feel like bosses, trying to date men who feel like bosses. And two heads always been a freak. And just that's the point you're making. We bump heads because there's two of them.
Bruh. And here's the thing, right? A lot of things that black women today, I'll just speak about like on black women. I mean, it's women, period, but I get especially with black women.
Okay.
They complain a lot about black men not making enough money, not stepping up to the plate. They're not serious, blah, blah, blah. I defy all that. They can't say that about me. But the thing is because they're so entitled to that opinion and they're so used to that, when they come across a guy like me, it looks good at first, but at the same time, they're not ready for that. They don't know how to deal with that because they try to deal with me in the same way sometimes that they deal with all these other dudes, and they don't get it because they want to have me, but still have that control that they had before. And it's like a real guy like me, like I'm the king, bruh. So they're not used to that. They're not they want the guy, but they don't want to do the submission. They want a guy like me to submit sometimes. And it's like, nah, I ain't doing that. So that's why I think it just becomes a physical thing.
I think there are women out there that do want to submit though, bro. And so it might be your choices. You might be, I don't know who you date and how you
date. There's women that submit though too. I got women that submit to me.
I bet you there's 1,000 of them that hear you, see you, learn about you, and want to submit to you. But you probably just as picky as some of these women are talking about, I need a woman to have this. I think
I'm picky as hell, bro.
I know that. You didn't have to tell me. I know the list was long as shit. So to be fair, the same shit that we blaming women for with these unrealistic ideas, a lot of men that are well-to-do and have a good, outlook on life and a good, future ahead of them, they're just as bad. You're looking for people that haven't been made in 50 years. They don't make them no more. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all need to get super chats for this conversation. This is fire game right now.
But it's real. Like, people like hooking up old school classic cars. You can't even find parts for them unless you find another old car abandoned somewhere. You get what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for in these women. You're looking for pieces that they don't make.
Okay, that's right.
Or you stop worrying about old school cars but if you get a new car, you got to get used to not driving the steering wheel. You got to get used to letting it park itself. It's a lot of things that are changing now and we don't have no control over.
See, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I like coming on the panels and kind of being like a host, because I have game, but I know I don't have the most game all the time, but I know I can drive the conversation to get the most game out.
I was just going to say that your question asking is more game than anything.
Yeah.
That's how I learn. That's how you learn. That's how we learn. If you don't ask, or you're not around people that, because you ever been around people that like maybe you were a little intimidated to ask the question. But
I'm not intimidated at all.
Maybe not you, but you'll be the guy who's in the room where two guys wanted to ask the question. One of the guys actually did, but the other guy is happy as shit. Like, yes, because I wanted to ask it. I wasn't.
He didn't have that confidence to put himself out there.
Correct, but now he gets the game too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's me, bro.
Shit that I don't even expect to learn from it, but I just feel like he got game. I'm just gonna ask him and see what happened, because I be thinking I know everything. But then once I ask my older homies, then they enlighten me. But I sometimes ask not looking for an answer, but I get an answer. Or I get
you should see how me and RPC interact, because RPC and I, like, I'll say stuff, and then RPC grew up a lot like me. So he can tell when I say certain things where I'm at, because he was there, because he's older. So he'll chime in and be like, Trav, boom. Trav, boom. And then I'll think about it, like, damn, nigga, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I like hanging with the older guys.
And they said they fuck with you on my side, Trav.
No, it's just being on some real stuff. And the reason why I have a high expectations is because, again, like, I have high character. Like, I got game, but one thing I do pride myself on, I'm not judging nobody, but I ain't never cheated on nobody. I've never had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been honest with people about what it is, but just because of integrity. And I feel like that's a big reason why my life has been the way it is. That's why I'm so solid with people.
You know what else, though? And this is another flaw that women have. And when you do something right, you hold it over other people's head to do it the way you do it.
Facts.
So because you're loyal and you're not that type, you really expect other people to have the same ability. But guess what? They might got abilities that you don't have.
No, they do. Yeah, they definitely do.
But unfortunately, yours is a big deal. Like, yours is a big deal. I ain't saying you got a waiver on that, but I'm saying the loyal chick probably got more of a tummy than you want, bro.
Trav, you probably be coming at the chicks like they in trouble when they fuck up.
No, hey, I'm gonna use your book just because I got it right here. He come to them with a fucking pen and a checklist, telling he got the little fat clamper. He be clamping their little fat on their glove handles and shit.
Be erasing shit. He be modifying shit. No, hold on.
Like, what's your grandmother's name? Like, my grandmama name.
Nah, fact, bro. Like, some women will stop fucking with me because they get intimidated because they're like, damn, I can't live up to what this dude wants. You know what I'm saying? I realize that.
Listen, you gotta respect that.
No, I definitely gotta respect that.
Because not saying there's anything wrong with it, but you might meet that same woman and y'all both standing there with books and shit, and she's sizing you up, and you almost made it. You feel me? And then she like, nah, your bald hair too long, and you out of there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give it. People don't want it. People call it settling. And I don't like that word because they assume that.
Man, speak on that, bro. You about to go in, I can tell.
All right, but look, because this is the problem. They call settling when you're accepting things that may not have been what you wanted. I don't think that's settling at all, because at the end of the you can settle all right to be single and alone. That's a settlement. You can settle to not have a family. You can settle to not have a loyal woman. Or you can settle for a woman that's loyal but might be missing something else. We all are settling. There's not a person in the world that is not settling in some way, or shape, or form. It's just what you're choosing to settle for. Somebody might say, oh, AP, you settling for having a 9-to-5 that I make great money at and good benefits and it's easy and it's fun. And then someone else says, well, I can't settle, so I got to have a job. I got to have a business. But then your business requires 60 hours a week of your time.
Yeah.
Stressing the shit out of you, and you're not making the same amount of money as me. So who's settling?
No, that's fact.
So at some point in the game, you got to decide what you're willing to settle for. It's not a bad word to settle. You just got to decide what you're willing to settle for, because you might end up settling for being alone forever.
That's fact. And one thing I will say about this, I'm not that bad with it, but a lot of people in my position, right, where they have like good jobs and maybe they came from a good home and stuff like that, they're very judgmental of everybody else. They think they know everything in life because of the fact that, they went to these top schools, they got this degree and all that. And I had put up a post on my Instagram. Like, a lot of the guys I kick it with are like ex-street dudes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because in some ways they got more life experience than I do. I learn from them, and they learn from me. And the thing is a lot of people that have formal education and higher paying jobs, they think they know everything and they don't know nothing. It's like, you just have a better paying job. That's it.
And nepotism might have got you there. I'm saying nepotism might even got you there, and you really think you hot stuff.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. And I know people like that. And it's like, bro, you don't know nothing, bro. You just have a good paying job, but you don't hold the most weight in the room.
Hey, look, man, this remind me of a story when I worked at Applebee's when I was real young, right? Now I had to keep a job for child support. Now, mind you, I was in the streets at the time though. So when I started at Applebee's, I just needed to work a few little shifts, and so it looked like I had a job for child support. I was selling so much weed and coke in there that I would be in there happy as shit. So everybody that worked there was like, "Why is you so happy to work here?" Because I'm thinking like, dude, I'm at work. I'm talking about I'm bringing pounds of weed in my trunk, the trunk of the hood of my car. I'm bringing coke in there, getting it all off by the end of a shift. I'm walking around with stupid knots of money. I'm cashing in all the tips from the servers that need change. I got it. You know what I'm saying? But they like, why is you so happy to work at Applebee's? Because I was looking at everybody around me like, y'all have no idea how much money I'm making here. So now the only reason I pointed that point out is because look, it ain't about the drug part. It's about the fact that there are people who really think that they are winners in life, and they judgmental, and they look down on other people who are truly winners, who truly enjoy life, who truly having no issues with women, no issues with money, no issues with nothing. But you are using your credentials, you're using your looks, you're using the fact that you have no kids and you made it to adulthood, the fact that you were not in the streets and you're not a bad guy, or you're not a bad girl because you only had sex with one guy. You're using these ridiculous ass measuring sticks to exclude other people who may have had a rougher life or a rougher start.
That's fact.
Because it ain't where you start, it's where you end, right?
That's what they say. Fact.
So if I end as a respectable man, an honest man, a faithful man to my wife, a man that's out of the streets, doing good, raising my family right, it don't matter how fucking much of a scumbag I used to be. That's how I feel. But then again, you got people that are overly judgmental of their relationships, and that's why they can't get a solid one. People used to have a Florida Evans at the house. Y'all know what Florida Evans looked like?
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah. And that was an acceptable wife. You could introduce her at the company picnic and say, "This is my wife, Florida."
That's a good point.
Now it's a strong family, bro. Hold on, Black people need to watch that show if they didn't watch Good Times, bro. Because even like how James Evans like held everything down and all that.
Put a fire sign in the chat. That was some fire game right there.
Yeah, people talk about what do you call about Cosby show, but nah, like you got to watch Good Times. Like that was a very good Black family dynamic.
I say watch them both.
No, but people have seen Cosby show. That crossed over more. I'm just saying watch both, but you could ask like white people about Cosby show and they're like, "Oh yeah." But like you ask people about Good Times, like it's a little older. A lot of people don't even know Good Times. You know what I mean?
You're right. No, you're right. That's a good point though.
So, that's fire. You know what I mean? I think, and that's why I wanted to come up here, because I feel like I could bring the best out of you guys as far as that, because I know I'll put myself out there. I'm a good guinea pig because I don't got shame in my game like that. And I know I'm going to get stronger off of that. And you guys are 5 to 10 years ahead of where I'm about to be. So you can tell by things I say, you're like, this young dude right here. You don't even know.
How old are you?
34.
Okay. I'm only 3 years older than you, but we close.
Hey, real quick, I gotta do this interview in 10 minutes with Apex Mindset. So look at Andy. Why don't you just transfer over, and then AP could put the link in the chat for you, and then they've been listening to you the whole time anyway.
I mean, honestly, I think we should stop. This shit is too good. I don't, and I was only gonna go an hour and a half anyway, so it's not enough time. But I will say, and Trav, people already respect you in my comments. I always get, you've been getting shown love since you've been, at least on my side of the game, because you are honest. You not capping. The most irritating shit to me is people that act like they know everything. I might even act like it, but everybody that knows me know I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, and I'm also willing to ask questions. I just know so much, or I shouldn't say that. I experience so much that I speak with confidence, but I do not think I know it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
Shout out to real quick, Alfie, since we're here, man. The keys, y'all, to your future self.
Oh yeah, get that book. I'm
gonna check it out tonight. I ain't looked at it yet though.
Yeah, y'all get the book, man. Appreciate that. Hey, so let's just say our last words. Sir Ism, what's going on, brother? Yeah, grab that book. Let me show y'all again. So, as for me, grab that book I just showed y'all, The Keys to Future Self. That's the 5th book by A.P Kingdom. Get that book. Follow me on Instagram at Dominance Mindset and Raw Game. And I'm about to do an interview. So y'all come through and throw some fire signs in the chat for my man. I'm about to go on Apex Mindset. So I'm gonna put that in here so y'all come through and slide through and show me some love. I'm going over to that channel at 5 o'clock, which is 10 minutes from now. And if y'all don't understand how to do that, just check my community tab. I'm gonna put it on there. Y'all come through after this in 2 minutes and show love. We want to interview. And that's our first chop up too. So we ain't ever talked before. So it's pretty dope.
And look, thank you all for coming on our side, my side, his side. It didn't matter. I just appreciate y'all, and make sure that y'all go check out my book, Dirty Dirty Minds, on Amazon.
Yeah, Maya, check it out. She like nasty stuff.
It's doing good, man. Y'all gonna like it. RA on my side. If you haven't been aware of it, I got a book out, Dirty Dirty Minds, on Amazon. Go check it out. A lot of people are enjoying it. So other than that, and thank you, BC, for the Cash App. Everybody else for coming through, and we're gonna be back next week like we do. So that's all. And Trav, man, I appreciate the conversation with you as always, brother. Matter of fact,
for real,
we can set up a good show on my side on one of these Sunday mornings is when I like to have guests on, and we'll just go in.
Nah, let's do that, bro. Because like I said, I just like asking a good question. I got game on being a man, and being a man is about asking questions and admit when you need game.
Hey,
y'all want to mess with me? You can follow me at Trav_Tarot on IG. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it real about my life and expose myself so everybody can rise up like how I'm rising up. I have a good story about being like zero to hero. So follow me and get some game.
Respect. And let me say one more thing before we out of here. My big homie Meech fuck with you hard too, Trav. And I might even have him on the show with us because he a good person to pick his brain because he unique. But I got another channel that I want y'all to go check out called 3G's Podcast. And it's more on some hood ratchet shit, but it's pretty funny and fun, and it's not so intense. But if you want to have a good time and hear some crazy stuff, go over there to 3G's Podcast. And on my side, I just put it in the chat. So
I want to know what RA think, because remember she came here on accident. So what you think, RA? Rachel, what you think? Because she just slid through on accident. Remember she said?
You're right, RA. If you still here, sweetheart.
Did you enjoy yourself, RA? I mean Rachel. My bad. That's what I want to know.
And shout out to K-Sane as always. K-Sane. Hey, is her name K-Sane or K-Sane? You spoke to her before, right?
Yeah.
It's K-Sane?
Oh, shit. That's what I say. She ain't never corrected
K-Sane. Let's just keep calling her. Hey, let's just keep calling her.
Kasani.
Let's just keep calling her. All right, we don't know if Rachel's still in here, but either way, she said I loved it. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We'll be back here next Wednesday, and I'll be on Sunday morning at 11 Central Time, 11 a.m. Central Time. All right, we up out of here then.
All right. All right. Peace. I'm glad you had a good time.
For sure. Peace out, fellas.
Peace. Oh, shit. I'm on the wrong side. Shit. I'm fucking my own shit up. Hold on. Subscribe to A.P Kingdom Podcast. Oh, okay. Let me. Now, here. Okay. Oh. Peace, y'all. Come over there and show me some love on the other end.